Hey guys, this is Moriarty,
And Crypto Spook.
and today we're taking a look at a game called Fallen Kingdom.
I think it's The Fallen Kingdom, but yes.
The Fallen Kingdom. Emphasis on the.
Emphasis. Extreme emphasis. It is an early access game. How early? Like, just after dawn.
It is very early game. We do have some free keys to give away. We're going to be introducing that contest in the description, so go ahead and take a look at it right now. Pause the video and enter.
Yes.
Then come back. Are
Click
you
it.
back?
Click it.
Are we back now?
Click it.
Fantastic. So this game is an RPG.
Hold on. I don't think they clicked it. Did you click the button?
I clicked it.
Oh, wait, was I supposed to click the button?
I think we both clicked it.
I didn't click anything. Does that work? Am I allowed to do that?
I don't know.
I don't think we can. I don't know. I got a couple accounts, whatever.
Cool. So this is an RPG game. It is
A one-man show.
it's made by one guy, so it's got some problems that any major AAA development type of game would have if you took away the entire staff.
So the developer is Radostin Stoychev, and the publisher is Real Game Studios. And apparently, the people at Real Game Studios are working on it with Mr. Stoychev, and they have worked on other things, and they're all excited to be working on this. I would say it's definitely very early access, and I think that there could be a future in the game. I just don't see that anytime soon.
It's very early access. This is the type of game that you purchase because you think down the road it could be fun. It's not the game you buy now because you say, oh my god, look at all the stuff in it. I actually kind of appreciate the fact that he's not trying to sell it as more than it is, because it's not. This isn't going to be No Man's Sky where you hear nothing about it and then out it comes and it's disappointing. It's disappointing right out of the gate. That's okay. I'm alright with that. It is super buggy, but all of the bugs are kind of fun. I had fun encountering some of the bugs. Some of them are also infuriating. For example, Crypto never got past
The first mission.
third mission.
The first mission.
He never got past it because he couldn't convince the guard at the door that he had gotten to the guard at the door.
Yeah, I couldn't talk to the prisoners because they were levitating 3 feet off the ground. So, because I never talked to the prisoners after murdering 25 people in the camp, I apparently did not complete the mission to get the and there's actually a funny. It says
I don't know what you're talking about.
it's very amusing. I had a good laugh at it when I saw it. Redeem. I need to redeem the stolen artifact. Not reclaim, not recover, but redeem the stolen artifact. Spelled with an E. Yes. The artifact has shamed its family, and my job is to murder all the people who it shamed itself in front of.
It was a bad artifact. No witnesses.
No witnesses. I killed an entire bandit camp full of people.
Now, the game looks like, as you progress, it has a lot of potential. It has a lot of cool things that do come out.
I don't see any groundwork laid for them. I didn't see an inventory system. There's no combat sound. Like, you can't hear weapons clashing. The only thing you hear is footsteps when you're fighting people. There's like 3 combat moves, and one of them is a combat roll. You can block, which is not very effective, and you constantly accidentally pick up weapons while trying to block.
Did you do that? I never did that. I did find that there was no inventory system, and I was okay with that until I realized that it was supposed to have an inventory system.
I never found an inventory system if it existed.
Yeah,
I saw exactly 3 types of enemies in the game and defeated them all. There's an easy one, a kind of hard one, and then a fairly hard one.
Are you talking about the dude with the shield?
Yep, the shield guy, and then there's a
Shield
knight.
dude sucks. Yeah, the shield dude sucks.
But once you kill him, you can pick up his much more powerful sword, which does 40 attack. It's twice as powerful as the default sword.
Twice as powerful, and you can still hold it in one hand. It's beautiful. The guy has a plan that looks really cool. You have different playstyles, which is a must in an RPG, including a diplomat playstyle, a non-aggressive pacifist playthrough. That sounds awesome. That's basically what I do in games like Deus Ex anyways. It's supposed to have a very large open world. Granted, right now it's an empty world, but it's still a world nonetheless. You're supposed to be able to get into battles and sieges.
Wait a minute. I think I see what you read there. Large, realistic, medieval-themed open-world landscape? I don't think they meant war. I think they just meant that it's a large, open, medieval-themed world.
No, he specifically spoke about battles, sieges, and big cities, castles, stuff like that, which sounds really neat, and I can see how he might be able to do it. Some of the bugs that I encountered were frustrating, to say the least. For example, you can't actually open doors. You have to talk to the dude that's standing in front of the door.
How about the fact that if you are doing any sort of movement when you begin speaking to somebody, you will not
You'll
stop
run right
doing,
past.
You will not stop doing that movement until you are done with conversing with that person. Even if you're like 4 blocks away.
Yep, that was first time that happened to me. I actually ended up just kind of laughing the whole time because I was like, wow, I am screaming at this dude from across the camp like, yes, absolutely, sir, I agree.
So I had a few more bugs. The fact that there is no mouse capture in the game, and given that I have 2 monitors, I was continually clicking off of the game onto my desktop while recording, which is 10 times worse, because I couldn't get the game to output in a video format that I could capture, so I had to do monitor capture. So no matter, I just kept clicking to my desktop every couple seconds. Very annoying.
Very annoying. No matter what, I could not... I wish there was a mouse capture, because I feel like a lot of the frustration that I started having was from the fact that the mouse is not captured. So every time I would move to the edge of the screen, which, I mean, as a gamer, we all know our mouse is going to go over that way consistently, and that's why we have mouse captures, so that we don't end up with our mouse on a third screen behind us somewhere.
Not only that, but there was no cursor on the screen.
No, and it was incredibly frustrating to have that happen, because then you click to attack, and next thing you know, you're on your second monitor.
And someone is beating you to death in the game because it does not pause when it minimizes.
No, it doesn't. I can't recommend that you buy the game in its current state. I think that if you look at this and you go, this could be a lot of fun, and I would be okay with the bugginess that it is now, absolutely pick it up. However, if instead of buying it...
You'd like a free copy?
Free is always better. You can go ahead and win that right now. We've got the contest going on in the description.
So I would just like to say that as the game stands right now, I was not very happy with it. Given that I got a free copy of the game to play, and I will say that it has potential. If there's a lot of work put into the game, they could do something with it. It could turn into an entertaining game with really deep plot. I would recommend that they get some English-speaking people, perhaps, to at least review their grammar. If you want to sell it to this audience, which I imagine would probably be a good audience to sell it to. I don't know. I mean, it's based on Bulgaria, and it's not a story that I've heard told before. Bulgaria versus the Ottoman Empire in 1393.
Right, and that's the thing. You've got The Witcher, which comes out of a Polish office. It is a Polish story, and nobody had ever heard of that. And let's face it, the very first Witcher is incredibly buggy. The combat is garbage, but it had a great story, and it had such a good, realistic, gritty story that they managed to make The Witcher 2, which of course did absolutely stellar, and then The Witcher 3 came out, which is probably one of the best RPGs to come out in the past several years. So not every game starts at its peak. The Witcher didn't. You had Two Worlds, which I enjoyed quite a bit, and I know that game was not commercially successful whatsoever. It was not even well received. It was panned by critics, but you know what? I had a lot of fun with it, and I can see the beginnings of a Two World in this game. It's not there yet. It could be. If you think that's something that you might be willing to take a risk on, this is the game for you.
6 months from now, they could release a beta and fix every issue I have with it, and add a whole lot more dialogue and story and character and inventory and combat and sound and
Right, and none of that's the thing. None of the problems that I have were so breaking to me that I was like, oh my god, this is just complete garbage. Because let's face it, you can add in a mouse capture pretty easily. You can make it so that when you talk to somebody, you stop moving pretty easily. You can make sure that you've got the right kind of hitboxes and targeting with regards to how quests are done. And, you know, if you actually do kill all 25 guys and speak to the prisoners, well, there you go. It's flagged as a completed quest. This isn't hard stuff to fix. It's stuff that can be fixed. And I think that with enough effort from the developer, and I didn't say team, developer, I think that we could see a very, very strong game here.
Until the next one.